Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel is about dating, love, relationships, and toxic relationship advice channel. So we're going to get into this topic here. Slimeball ex-Marine Matthew Terry was found guilty. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yes, you're done. You're done. You won't be able to walk the streets no more and beat on any woman or do the things that you was doing to them. So he's done. All right, so I'm going to show some two clips, and I want to show this clip that that happened earlier because the ex-girlfriend that he had before that he attacked, well, her she testified today. So we're going to get into that one. So I'm going to show that one. She had testified. So this is going to be very interesting. All right. Because I watched some of it, but I didn't get to see the whole thing. So we kind of watch it together. And then also I'm going to show, hey, do I see Phil up in here? Hugs and kisses. And I'm also going to show um the clip too of the verdict. Oh my gosh, this is so great. This is so great. You piece of crap, you low life. I can't believe it's just slime ball doing this to this woman like that. But why did you get with him, Kay? I don't understand. You was warned that there was something wrong with him. Why did you get with him? Oh gosh, I just don't understand. You know, as women, we got to do better. We got to do better. You can't be bringing no piece of crap like this into your home and around your children. See, killed you. Thank God he didn't kill the children. Okay, don't need a man. Husband can see beautiful mod on deck. Then we also have my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. Love him, love him, love him. All right, so make sure you hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. And also share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. People watching replay, hit the like, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And we have 603. She's back again. I'm here looking forward for this. Yeah, back again. Isn't this great? He's done. He's done. 603, he's done. All right. And Phil, how's the kids? You hey, hey there, horror fan. Horror fan. That's right. We horror rock. It's your buddy Phil. Hugs and kisses to you. Hugs and kisses. I'm glad to have you here. All right. And Brittany came back too. Double decker today. I'm back. LOL. I haven't seen this either. Oh, you don't know about this one? I basically found out about this later because Jackie she was letting me know about this one, and I was like I was seeing up on my feet, but I didn't catch the whole thing. So I didn't catch the beginning of the trial, but I caught the ending. This man is a monster. Just read the description and you'll know from there. All right. And on 6 said, can't rehabilitate a grown man. Yeah, you can't rehabilitate a grown man. You can't. You can't. I think she thought she could change him. No, honey, it doesn't work like that. It is what it is. Oh gosh, every time I think about it, you know what? Oh, let me see Brittany tell you because I don't know you don't know much about it, but Brittany, she's a school teacher. I'm just thinking about how the students are probably suffering. Oh gosh, it's just so much. All right, I'm not going to hold y'all here forever, so I'm just going to get into this clip. All right, let's get it. All right, all right, let's get it here. Let me show this one. Okay, this is the ex-girlfriend that he was with before. So let's hear when she testified today. Let's hear what she had to say. Insane. This man is a slime ball piece of crap. What he did to her thinking that she was dancing with another man. So what if she was dancing with another man? What you do is if you don't like it, dump her. That's it, dump her. You didn't have to kill her. Just dump her. And she wasn't. Oh gosh. Ladies, you gotta be careful with these type. But he had a record. She's so beautiful. Look at her smile. All right, let me get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get it.
Blazer and glasses.
No, that's the regular reflection. It shall so reflect. All right, Ms. Rogers, I want to ask, how did you come to know Mr. Terry?
We met on a dating app back in, I think it was May of 2015.
And somewhere after you met on a dating app in 2015, did you all start a relationship?
Yes, we did.
Did that relationship continue through March of 2017?
Yes, it did.
By the time we get to March of 2017, are you and Mr. Terry in what we would call a boyfriend-girlfriend kind of relationship?
Yes, we were.
And were you living together?
Yes, we were.
there's a home at 626 Worthington Drive in Lansing, Michigan. Is that the home where you resided?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you reside there with Mr. Terry?
Yes, I did.
I want to specifically ask you about Friday, March 17th, 2017. Was that a holiday?
Yes, it was St. Patrick's Day.
And for St. Patrick's Day, did you and Mr. Terry have any plans set together as a couple?
Yes, we did.
What were the plans?
The plans were to meet up with a few of his friends and go out to celebrate St. Patrick's Day by drinking.
All right. So your plan was to go out during the day and go have some beers, hang out with friends, things like that.
Yes, but not to stay out too late.
That day, did you end up going through with the plan and going out with Mr. Terry?
Yes.
What time of day do you think you went out and started hanging out and drinking?
So we started around lunchtime. It was around noon, 12:30. And we met at a place called Clatta's Irish Pub, and we had lunch and drinks there.
And did you all stay out the remainder of the day celebrating, drinking, hanging out with friends?
The majority of the day, not the whole day.
When did the did they start to wrap?
Around 6 o'clock, it was just starting to get dark.
And I want to ask you, during the day, are you drinking?
Yes.
What are you drinking?
It was different at each place. At Clatta's, where we started, I believe we each had a beer, and then we split a beer there along with lunch. And then we moved to another bar called Tavern and Tap, and we had, another beer and I think shots there as well. And then moving to another place later on where I only had water.
Okay. So you kind of talked about it, but Mr. Terry is drinking throughout all of this?
That's correct.
Both beer and liquor?
Yes, from what I remember.
And so somewhere when the day is starting to wrap up for you, somewhere around 6 o'clock, did you have a chance to see Mr. Terry? And can you describe him at that time in terms of how sober he may have been?
When I found him, it was in an adjacent bar that was completely empty. So I went in there and he couldn't even speak English. He was slurring his words so bad. He was just talking nonsense and was stumbling all over himself at that point.
All right. And did you tell him you wanted to go home at that point?
Well, I did, yes, but I left without him because I was upset at his condition.
Okay. And so you end up leaving the bar and going home on your own. Is that somewhere around 6 o'clock-ish?
That's correct.
So at some point, do you see Mr. Terry again later that evening?
Yes,
In between that time, have you been drinking?
not in between that time, no.
And what time do you think it is roughly when you see Mr. Terry?
It was dark by that point. I would say 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Okay, so it's been a couple hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
When he comes, I guess you see him back at the house, correct?
correct.
Describe how he comes home and what happens when he comes home. Tell me what he's like at that point.
So he didn't come to the front door. He came to the back door, which was right off of the kitchen, the sliding door. And he knocked at that door and I proceeded to let him in. At that time, he was very, he couldn't walk straight. He seemed just very, it's hard to describe, but just you could kind of sense his energy as being very frustrated or angry or upset, just in general. Sense.
Vibe off of him that he seemed angry.
Correct.
Did you do anything in that moment?
I did not. I went and I sat back down on the couch where I was when he showed up.
And what does he do?
So he went into the kitchen and I believe he was making a sandwich. He was making some kind of food at the counter, and the kitchen and the living room. So as I was sitting on the couch, I could see him.
Who are you here with, honey? My dad and uncle.
And just to help the jury picture that, if you're sitting in your living room, can you see into your kitchen?
Yes, it's an open layout.
It's like an open concept kind of thing?
Yeah, with just the counter dividing the living room and the kitchen.
Right. So you can see him in the kitchen and he can see you in the living room, and tell us what happens next.
So I remember sitting on the couch watching TV, and then, the next thing I remember is standing behind the couch, and I'm looking at him in the kitchen, and I remember him coming around the counter and coming at me.
And before that, before we get to the part where he comes at you, do you remember if you guys are having any sort of argument, if anything's being said, either he's saying something, you're saying something, whatever the case may be?
I don't recall any of that, no.
So you remember now when he's coming at you, I want you to describe that as best as you can. Do you mean he's just leisurely walking in your direction?
No, he was coming at me very quickly and aggressively to the point where I kind of backed off and braced myself. And I actually verbally said, you know, what are you doing? You know, oh my God, what are you doing?
And when you said the words to him, what are you doing? What, if anything, did he do?
He proceeded to knock me into the front door that was behind me. And at that point, then we both fell to the floor.
He makes physical contact with you somehow?
Correct.
How does he physically contact
Just with
you?
his body, like just taking his whole body and pushing it into me.
And at that point, do you say anything to him?
I don't think I said anything at that point, no.
All right. So what happens next?
So then we're on the floor and he's just trying to keep me on the floor, and he keeps punching me wherever he can find access to punch me. So whether it be the face, the chest, the back, wherever. And he is.
This man is a real slimeball. He's heartless. Just look at him. And he's in the courtroom like, you know, like he's such a cool stand-up guy. You know, he's okay. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not that type of dude. I'm not that monster. He is. And you could tell by looking at her as she's speaking, you could tell she's still traumatized about what happened. She still is traumatized. Kay Baker, why did you get with this man? Oh boy. All right, let's resume.
Was a wrestler, and the best way I can describe what he was doing is trying to keep me in wrestling moves and keep me on the floor so that I couldn't escape.
When you say he's a wrestler, you mean like in the WWE, or you mean like a high school?
A high school coach, or a coach. Maybe it wasn't high school, but he was a wrestling coach. And I can't remember if he wrestled himself, but.
So you guys are now on the floor near the front door, and there's a fight happening on the floor. At any point, do you say to him, try and diffuse the situation?
Yes. So as the struggle continues and I'm trying to break free, there was a point when I yelled at him. I said, you know, I love you. Why are you doing this? And he said, no, you don't. Fuck you. I'm going to kill you.
All right. Do you remember those words specifically? No, you don't. Fuck you. I'm going to kill you.
I will never forget them. Yes, I remember.
So tell us what happens next in the fight.
He just continues to, for lack of a better phrase, beat the shit out of me. And I keep trying to escape. There is a point where I'm able to stand up, and he continues to punch me in the face. At one point, he gets me onto the floor, and.
Are you still in the same place by the door, or has the fight moved?
Nope, it moved through the living room, and then where I landed on the floor was, you know, I landed face first. With my upper body like on the kitchen tile, and then my lower half was on the carpet of the living room. And at that point there was blood everywhere.
Where is the blood coming from?
I believe my nose. At that time he had broken my nose. But I remember trying to push myself up, and he was on me, and every time I tried to push myself up, I couldn't grip on the floor because there was so much blood. And he would purposely put his weight on me and push me down, so I was able to get up.
This man supposed to love, protect you, and provide for you. And this is what he does. And he sees the blood and punch you in the face like you another man. Oh my gosh. Resume.
And through all of you fighting, trying to stop him?
Yes.
So what comes next?
So I remember laying there, and I was laying on my left side, and I remember seeing the trash can there. There was a black trash can. And at this point, he was taking both of his hands, and he was taking my head, and he was slamming it into the floor. And so every time he would do that, my vision would go black. And I thought he was going to knock me out, or I would be unconscious or something at some point.
At some point, Does there ever come a moment in the fight where there's sort of a break in the action?
Yeah. So after that, there was a time that he got up off of me for a short time, and I was able to sort of, and I remember just kind of having my head down and just, I was thinking like, holy shit, that, is this really happening? And I was really disoriented and dizzy. And I was hearing all the shuffling in the kitchen. And then the next thing you know, Mr. Terry comes around behind me and stabs me in the neck.
When you say he stabs you in the neck, do you know what he stabs you with in the neck?
I didn't see it, but it was a knife.
All right. And when you heard the shuffling in the kitchen, do you keep knives in the kitchen?
Yes.
So looking.
This monster stabs her in the neck. This is supposed to be a woman that you love. Monster. And they met online. Well, not saying don't get it mixed up. What I'm just saying is just because you meet somebody online don't mean they're all crazy. Okay, some people say, "Oh, you meet people online, they're gonna be crazy." You can meet somebody at the local grocery store or anywhere, and it could just be crazy. Okay, crazy comes in all nationalities, all shapes, sizes, sex, everything. Oh boy, this is so sad. Resume.
Looking back now, when you hear the shuffling noise in the kitchen, is it the sound rummaging in the kitchen, looking
Yes.
for something potentially?
Sorry. Yes.
All right. So now you get it on the floor, and I want you to describe your position and his position at the moment when you feel something plunged into your neck.
So again, I'm sitting on the floor and I'm kind of just, again, disoriented, just kind of sitting, with my hand and my head in my hand. And then he comes around around my neck and he stabs me in the throat with a knife.
So he's stabbing you from the back.
Yes.
Wrapping around, you're describing.
Yes.
At that moment, are you armed?
No.
Are you even standing up to put up a fight?
No.
So now he stabs you in the neck with something, which you assume is a knife. What happens?
So at that point, again, it was just kind of the thought like, holy shit, he just stabbed me with a knife. Like, I need to get the hell out of this house or I'm going to die in here. And so I remember standing up, and as I stood up, he continued to, try and stop me and try and punch me. I was able to get loose for enough time to be able to turn around, and directly behind me there was the garage door. So I was able to get the garage door open and run to the garage.
All right. Now, you're in Lansing, so I'm guessing homes might be laid out a little different, but is there access from inside your home to the garage?
Yes, there's a garage door that goes into the garage.
All right. Well, we have those here in Florida too, so that's not so different. But at this time of the year in March, is it snowing in Michigan?
There was a light blanket of snow on the ground at this time, yes.
All right. So you now make for the door to the garage. And as you step into the garage through the door, is there a garage opener?
Yes. So I pushed the opener with my left hand as I was running out to try and get the garage door to open so I could escape that way.
And did the garage door start to open?
It did. And I ran towards it, but it was very slow. So I couldn't quite get under it right away before he was able to get to me again.
All right. So now you're waiting for the garage door open enough, and he attacks you again?
Yes.
Describe how he's attacking you again.
He was just trying to stop me from me, and we both fell to the ground at that point and somehow had rolled out of, the garage that was open down the driveway.
So now you've spilled out onto the driveway, like out in public.
Correct.
And what's happening there?
So we were rolling down the driveway a bit, and I ended up in a position where I was under him and he was on top of me. He had used both of his hands to take my head and slam it into the cement multiple times. Sorry.
This is the woman that he's supposed to love and has a child with, and he slams her head a couple of times on the cement. Oh, he's fried. He's done. Oh, they gonna get you. They gonna get you, Slimeball. They gonna get you in jail, in the prison. Resume. Nikki. Resume.
Um, so he had the knife, and he had stabbed me 3 times in the right shoulder.
All right, so he's still armed with this knife, even though you fled out of the home and he's chased you.
Yes, and this entire time I'm screaming for someone to come help me.
At any point, do you realize that some sort of like neighbor or person nearby has responded to your calls for help?
Yeah, as I was screaming, I could very faintly hear voices across the street saying, you know, get off of her, and just hear them talking. A lot of it I couldn't make out what they said.
All right, Mr. Terry, and you are in the driveway. You're still fighting. He's still armed with a knife. Tell me what else he's doing and what you're doing in response.
So again, I'm screaming this entire time, you know, that he's going to kill me and somebody please help me. But he had stabbed me those 3 times in the shoulder, and he went to bring the knife down again, and I had reached up and I grabbed with my right hand the blade end of the knife in midair, and don't ask me how I did it. I just grabbed and I took the knife and I pulled it. Again, I'm on my back, and I pulled it across my face, and I just remember thinking he was going to like stab my eye out or something as I'm doing this, but I was able to pull the knife enough over that it fell out of his hand, and it fell to my left side. And then I kind of rolled over it and tucked it underneath me so that he didn't have access to it anymore.
And so once you kind of tucked the knife under your body, rolled onto it, does he stop fighting with you, or does he still keep trying to get the knife?
No, he was still slamming my head to the floor. And he would reach down with his hand, and he would try to like fish for the knife real quick. But then I would try to get up, and then he would hold me back down again. And then, you know, kind of just back and forth, like trying to fish for the knife, and I'd get up and he'd try to fish for the knife, and then he pushed me back down. And there was a point when he had gotten really pissed off because I was kind of, you know, holding the knife with my arm as it's tucked under me, and he reached down and he bit me on the forearm here to try and get the knife loose.
This slime ball bit her. Wow. And Kay Baker, you didn't listen to this. You, if I'm correct, you went to the court to support him. Oh, this all could have been prevented. This all could have been prevented. But I'll say it again. Thank God the children is okay. Because when you're dealing with these type of monster men right here, let me show. When you're dealing with these type of monster men, they don't just kill you. They kill the kids. They take everybody down. They don't care. They'll take everybody down. They don't care. They really don't. Well, you are in the jail, and you're going to stay in the jail. Okay, I'm sorry here. Let me resume. Give me a second here. Resume, ladies and gentlemen.
From my grasp.
Is that the only place he bit you?
No. Shortly after that, after he fished a couple more times for the knife and couldn't get it, he reached down and he bit me twice on the side of my left cheek to try and get me to let go.
And throughout all of this, are you screaming and yelling for help, asking him to stop, putting up resistance?
Yes.
So does the fight sort of end at some point?
Yeah, so we didn't live that far from the hospital and stuff. And as the neighbors were, you know, I later found out they were on the phone with 911 at the time. We could hear sirens coming. You could hear them coming from around the corner, not too far away. And when we both heard the sirens, that's when he got up off of me and ran back in the house.
And what did you do?
I got up and I grabbed the knife so he couldn't get it back again. And I couldn't see very clearly because my contacts were in, but they were all like covered in blood. But I ran across the street to the voices of the neighbors who were telling me to come over there, you know, come here. And then I proceeded to go across the street and I collapsed on my back in their front yard.
And where was the knife when you went across the street?
I'm not sure where it landed, but I remember when I fell down, I threw it so that if he came back, he wouldn't find it.
So you carried it with you away from the driveway to wherever it is you ended up in the yard of the neighbors?
Correct.
At some point, did law enforcement come and respond, and emergency medical people respond and end up taking you to the hospital?
They did.
Your Honor, if I can approach the witness.
This Slimeball, ex-Marine Matthew Terry found guilty. Thank the Lord he's found guilty. I don't understand everything that she just said. Why he only did a few years? Why he was able to get out and come out here, and then since he was set free, right? You know, this is what happened. Since he was set free, that this beautiful lady right here died. She died because they set him free. He did a little time. He was back to go out again. Monster, monster. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just give me a second here so I can set up, and I'm gonna show the next video of him being found guilty. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yep, guilty. You slime ball, piece of crap. Make sure everybody hit the like, and the people's watching replay, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Oh boy, what a shame. Okay. Give me a second here so I can find the other video I wanted to show. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let's get into this one right now. Give me a second here. All right, this slime ball that you're looking at, he was found guilty. Yes, guilty. Just look at him. Piece of crap. I don't understand why he didn't get life for last time. I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. All right, let me look at the comment real quick. Looks scary. What Nikki said, I saw one man get 10 years. You only do 5. Oh wait, did he kill? No, that's not the one. That's the what you just looking at, Nikki. What I just showed before. That's the ex-girlfriend, and they have a child together. And then the ex-girlfriend, warned the new girlfriend, and the new one was this lady right here, this pretty lady right here. That was the new one. And this is the one that he killed. So he's in trial right now because he killed this woman that you just see on the screen. Unfortunately, he killed her. Okay, so let me go back to the comments. I think I missed something. Um, am I confused? I was a little confused, but if you look back to my last live stream that I did before, you'll see more about it because I did commentary on the last one, and you get to see more about what happened, or you can read the description and you'll see more about exactly what happened. Okay, 603 says he must not have much of a criminal past. Seems unlikely, but he was in the service, so it was mostly hidden by his officers. You know what? I've heard about stuff like that from 603. I've heard about stuff like that that happens. You have a point, but it ain't hitting no more, right, girl? It's a wrap. It's not a wrap. It's not. It's a wrap. All right, let me show this clip here. The breaking news, sir. You're done. Let's get it.
And seated, everyone else may be seated at this time. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's appropriate time, but welcome back. My deputies have advised select date. All right, so that is Mr. Williams, correct? So my next question then is to you as the foreperson, Mr. Williams. Was this jury able to reach a unanimous verdict in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you have the verdict form?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you would please present that to the bailiff. Thank you. Bailiff will present it to me. I will review it, and then I will give it to the clerk to be published. Thank you. Today is the 15th, right? All right. I'm going to ask Mr. Terry, with your attorneys, to please stand for publishing of the verdict, and I will present the verdict to the clerk to be published.
State of Florida versus Matthew Robinson Terry. We, the jury, find as follows as to count one. A, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged, and with further findings, during the commission of the crime, he carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempted to use a weapon. So say we all, dated this 15th day of November 2022. Foreperson WW.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you may be seated. Would either side like the jury polled at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what that means is the clerk is going to ask each one of you individually whether the verdict that was published is in fact your true verdict in this case.
Juror number 1, MK, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 2, WW, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 3, BJ, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 4, KA, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, JA, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, BR, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 7, DT, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 8, SL, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 9, MJ, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 10, MB, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, ST, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Slimeball, you done. Yes, you're done. You will never be able to harm another woman again. You're done. That was insane. Watching that video, that man wasn't even dancing with her. He just passed by, was pumping his arms in the air. But your delusional, insane mind, you seen something else. If you was a healthy person, you would just ask your girl, will you dance with him? Anything happen? And you accept what she said. But no, you didn't want to accept it. Even her best friend was trying to tell you, stop being jealous. It's not what you think. But your mind just went somewhere else. Well, now your mind is going to be in prison. So good luck. Resume.
Juror number 12, BS, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything from either side before I send the jury into the jury room so that we can have further discussions?
Not for me.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as you may recall during selection and the talk about 2 phases, because of the verdict, we now will proceed to phase 2. What I'm going to do is, we're not going to do that tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you back into the jury room so that I can have some discussions with the attorneys regarding a schedule for that. So please, I will now ask you to, well, you were allowed to discuss the case amongst yourselves during the deliberations, but I'm going to now ask that we go back to previous instructions. You are not to discuss anything about the case amongst yourself or with anyone else. You are not to do any research related to the case, and you are to avoid any contact with this case, about this case, outside of the courtroom. I expect this will just take a few moments for me to just
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I said I wanted to keep this brief, but isn't this great? This slime ball is done. He is just completely done. That's it. You're done. You will never be able to walk the streets again and to hurt another woman. You are completely out of your mind. You're delusional and you're dangerous. And beautiful lady, I really wish you would have listened to her when she warned you. I really did. You know, this is the problem with us women at times. We always think that we can change a man. We think that if we could just, be more nurturing, understanding, maybe we can change him. He won't be this type of dude. But I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. You cannot change him. Well, he's guilty and it's done. It's a wrap. Nikki says he might get a full life sentence. Oh, yeah, he's done. Oh, he's done. That's it. He won't be able to walk the streets again. And thank you for being here again for the double decker and everything. And prayers to you. Prayers to you. Prayers to you. Good night. Good night. And thank you for being here. And also what Nikki said, we can't change them. Change them. Yeah, we can't. And that's the problem with us, Nikki. At times, us women, women is we nurturers, we caring, we loving and stuff, and we always thinking, oh, he's a little down, we can change, but you can't. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way. And good night to you, BG, and thank you so much because it was a double decker. And good night to everybody that's in the bushes. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, everybody, for engaging and stuff. And I will be streaming tomorrow in the daytime because I'll be working from home, dealing with sewer rat part 2. Because, oh my gosh, I really got to see what Grandma got to say. But I'm glad that this monster right here, he's gone. Yep. You're done. You piece of crap. You slime ball. All right, everybody. Everybody have such a great night and a blessed one. And stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. All right. And always remember, date smart, not thirsty. Because when you date thirsty, you're going to be a target of being used and abused. Or possible murdered. Bye.